heroic service of our men and women serving us in Iraq. I just returned a week ago today from Iraq, was with the troops last Monday and Tuesday. They are courageous, they are selfless, they are inspiring to be with. They are truly not just defending us, but giving 25 million plus Iraqis the hope of freedom and democracy that we enjoy so dearly here at home. Iraq, success is a more stable, secure, democratic Iraq. Does that mean a democracy exactly as we have it? No. It's not our country, it's theirs. And what I came home with last week was especially encouraging in how the Iraqis are standing up and taking responsibility for their country. More and more are on the point of the spear, leading the charge and securing their own nation with our support instead of us leading the charge for them. More and more securing in the local, the police level, in their local communities. More and more taking charge in governing, appropriating their own funds, deciding how to prioritize their nation's needs, how to put those funds to those projects and move forward. It was a lot easier for Iraq to function as a dictatorship when one guy decided what was going to happen or not happen. For decades, that's what Iraq was. Today, it's a lot harder because it's a democracy where they need to build a consensus within the Council of Representatives and on their 3-member executive board, 2 vice presidents and a president. It's a lot harder to govern, but they are making progress. They're moving forward with their election law to have provincial elections no later than January 31st. They are making progress in, to me, a remarkable manner. If you look at our own country, 10 years plus after we started with the Articles of Confederation, we threw it out and started over with the Constitution. 87 years later, after we started, we had a civil war. Given the challenges they face, I think they've made great progress, certainly with our help. Our role today is shifted as we draw down our troops, is to being assisting to the Iraqis, helping them help themselves. Because ultimately, success in Iraq will mean that they are doing it themselves with help from others, but not others doing it for them.
I, too, have nothing but admiration for our fighting men and women in the combat zones of Iraq and Afghanistan. I'm a combat wounded veteran myself. I know what it's like to be in a war. When it comes to the war in Iraq, the victory there is going to have a very, very strange look, if we can even call it a victory. First of all, Maliki thinks it's over. He wants the United States out of there. Senator Obama has called for the withdrawal of combat troops from Iraq within 16 months of his coming into the White House. The only people who seem to think we should stay there and continue spending $10 billion a month, $120 billion a year on the war are Senator McCain, President Bush, and Congressman Platts. It's time for us to say that our men and women who have irresponsibly were removed from the fight in Afghanistan, put into a war that was ill-conceived, poorly managed, had no plan, no exit plan whatsoever, that has betrayed our troops at every single level, 4 or 5 deployments. We have an obligation to those men and women in the armed forces. One, talk about respect for them. Let's respect them by not sending them there for repetitious deployments. Let's make sure that when they're gone, their families are taken care of. Let's make sure that when they come home, they are taken care of. Our veterans need the help, especially the disabled veterans. And the record of Senator McCain and Congressman Platts for the disabled American veterans is abysmal. 30% of the time supporting those issues, 70% of the time voting against them. It is time for a victory in Iraq, perhaps, but remember the cost that it's taken. We need to take those combat troops out, allow the Iraqis to do their thing, and move on with our own national security.